Hi, Facebook. I was just fixing my hair. I usually fix my hair before, but oh well. Anyway, so hey everyone, welcome to Mindset Monday. This is episode 1.2. Today I want to talk to you about, I guess I'm sticking with the theme of fear this month. Today I want to talk to you about letting go of control. This for me is not something I've completely mastered yet. So that's kind of why I want to touch on it, and I have a lot of friends that might relate to this. So we get so worried about what everyone else thinks, feels, and does, especially when it comes to something we do or say or feel, and we stop ourselves and don't even make the effort, right? This applies to relationships, work, friendships, family. What we don't realize is that we have no control over what someone else does, feels, or says. Only our own. So even if we don't do it right, at least be proud of taking the step and the fact that you made a decision and took action. But if you make up that story in your mind that the receiving person will somehow react negatively, or there will be negative consequences, well, honestly, that's truly unknown unless you take the action. You don't know what's going to happen until you take the action, and that's not something we really realize. A lot of times we just talk ourselves out of things, and we're like, it's probably not going to happen, or they're not going to like it. But how do you know? How do you know until you do it, right? So don't let yourself get stuck in that fear of the unknown. When you never know what our outcome is going to be until you make the effort. If we don't, we stay stuck. So what I want to know from you is what is one thing you think about doing daily, or something you think about often involving another person or something you want to do, that because of you're afraid of their response, you end up not doing it. I'll use an example so I can share. I have many things. Let's see. A brief example, I guess, would be when I go to talk to somebody, like I think about something that has to do with, like, I want to talk to them about something, but for some reason I stop myself because I'm like, well, it's not at the right time, or they might react badly, but then what I'm learning now, and what I'm learning to master, as you will, is realizing that I'm making up that story in my head. So that's where I'm at in this, personally, is realizing that I'm making up that what I call a red light story. That's what I've been learning from Bob Heilig. At least that's a huge step, realizing that I'm making up this story in my mind that I honestly don't know until I do the thing, right? So anyway, I'll ask again. What's one thing you think about on a daily basis or often involving another person, but because you're afraid of their response, you end up not doing it? So that's what I have for you today, and I would love to see your answer to that question. And if you don't want to answer the question for any reason, just let me know, hey, I totally relate to what you're saying, and I'd love some feedback. So thank you, and I will see you next week.